I really hate to say this. I think there's someone hanging right there.
Excuse me?
And this is the thing. There's a thing that is now in our lives we just experienced.
So what do you want to talk about? Swing or not? Like, you're gonna come up to me, bro, why are you being racist to other people in other countries? For money, for clout.
I've said it many times. I don't give a fuck. I have no morals. Fucking sociopath. I don't give a fuck.
Oh! Oh! No! 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 Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, Michael. Are you okay? Holy fuck. Oh my god, bro. My whole fucking car, bro. No fucking way. Oh my gosh. There's no fucking Michael here. Michael, you have your film on that phone too. Oh.
Hello, and good day to whoever's ears I am reaching on whichever day I am reaching them. I genuinely hope that you're doing well. However, if you're living in the United States, there's a fairly good chance that you're enduring some struggle in one form or another. Just wanted to make some space to acknowledge that. As a little detour from the usual content, I just wanted to make this brief video kind of laying out some of my thoughts behind my videos and some of the major things that I'm aiming for in their creation. The landscape of modern content is dominated by creators using maximally stimulating audio and visual editing, with the obvious intent being to keep you engaged for as long as possible. The end result of this is that, on the one hand, a small handful of people get incredibly wealthy from captivating your attention this way, while the vast majority of people are left overstimulated and undernourished with ever-diminishing attention spans and the creeping sense that they are unable to find true enjoyment and contentment with anything that they do. Another trick that is commonly utilized in this dastardly toolkit is a heavy reliance on heavily emotionally engaging themes, arguments, and editing choices. Whether it's emoting really heavily with their faces, body language, or vocal affect, or whether it's using arguments and ideas that are meant to engage you primarily through your emotions in order to bypass your logical thinking process. Creators know that if they can engage the more primitive parts of your brain by appealing to your emotions, they can keep you engaged longer and in a more heightened emotive state to help possibly persuade you to buy and consume product. The last leg of the three-pillar triad that modern content slop generators use to engage your attention and your wallets is the use of parasociality. Creators want to engage your emotions, engage your eyes and ears with maximally stimulating editing, and then direct all of that energy towards the establishment of a one-way emotional relationship between creator and viewer. This is done through obvious methods like simply using a camera to visually see the creator, but it's also done through a myriad of nebulous and ever-evolving methods. At the end of the day, some degree of parasociality is inevitable with the creation and consumption of content, but it's really about degrees and how much conscious effort is being put into trying to create this unhealthy bond. So, to combat these prevailing trends of modern digital content, I want to meet the three-legged triad of the modern content slop creator head-on by the incorporation of the antithesis to these manipulative tools. The first of which is the minimal use of visual and audio editing in my videos. I want my ideas and my writing to be front and center in my videos, and to be the primarily engaging element of what I create, with audio and visual editing choices made to accent them. Most creators have this order in reverse. They stimulate you maximally with audio and visual design, and what they have to say comes second, if at all. My solution here is to aim to create videos that are pleasant to look at and to listen to, and not maximally stimulating. The second principle that will be guiding my content is the minimal use of emotive editing choices, vocal affect and the absence of emotive facial expressions and body language. Just like I will not seek to be maximally stimulating with my audio and visual design choices, I will also exercise restraint in using those editing choices to enhance the emotive elements of what I'm trying to communicate. In that same spirit, I will be trying my best to be minimally emotive with my vocal affect. The final anti-trend I'll be using to guide my process is intentionally making creative choices that discourage parasocial behavior. To that end, I intend to never reveal my face in the content that I create. Again, I want my writing and my ideas to be the main attraction here. I do intend to talk about a lot of serious personal life stuff on this channel, which does tend to lend itself towards creating parasocial connections with viewers. Again, the counterbalance here will be the lack of a camera and using my face in my videos. Aside from the 3 anti-trend principles that I will be incorporating into my videos, there are a couple of other things I'd like to mention that are more so personal preferences. The first of which is that I intend to never ask for likes or subscriptions inside of my videos themselves. The second being that I intend to never do ad spots inside of my videos. My ADHD brain cannot handle it when I'm watching a video and the content that I intended to imbibe is interrupted by consume product ad number 1308 of the day or a needy request for a like/subscription. I just want a pure and uninterrupted experience, which is almost impossible to come by. So because of all of that, yeah, I just want to make content that I would personally enjoy digesting. I want to make the aesthetics and audio of my videos pleasant and uninterrupted. Also, you're savvy, educated consumer gooners. You know to like and subscribe if you fuck with the content. I don't need to constantly remind you and lessen the experience of the content itself in the process, right? I'm perfectly aware that following these Chomskyite guidelines in my creative process is going to lead to slower growth and less engagement for my channel, but I just need to follow my vision on this stuff, and I feel that I need to offer an alternative to the major prevailing trends of content creation. I'm hoping that at the very least, by incorporating these principles, the viewing of my videos won't be actively damaging to my viewers' minds, attention spans, or mental states. And I think long term, it would be cool to develop my format of videos into something that may actually help or heal minds and attention spans. I also think that there just has to be an audience out there for content that is somewhat calmer in nature, isn't centered around an eccentric personality, and isn't constantly screaming at you for your attention like an average Jerry Springer episode. To that end, if you believe in this vision of content, if you believe in content that isn't knowingly trying to manipulate your psychology for attention, that isn't trying to drive you towards parasociality, that isn't harming your attention as a byproduct, please consider subscribing to my channel, liking the videos that I put out that you genuinely like, and leaving thoughtful comments when you have them. By their very design, my videos are going to get fewer views and less engagement, but if I can find a hardcore core audience of substantive people who vibe with my vision, people that are willing to stand my channel, who will post videos that they really like to their favorite e-hangouts on Reddit or Discord or wherever else. These people will be the key drivers in not letting this vision wither and die on the vine. So look, even if you don't believe in my politics, even if you don't agree with everything that I have to say, when you're watching my videos, you can rest assured that what I have to say isn't manipulating you, that what I have to say is completely authentic, and that these ideas are my own. That I'm not using AI in my scripts or editing, that my editing isn't preying on your psychology, that I'm not preying on your emotions. So I'm authentically asking you, if you believe in that type of thing, stand this channel, engage with me, subscribe, do all the things. Please and thank you. Genuinely. Let's give people a place on YouTube that's an alternative to the prevailing trends of content slop on the internet.